Hi, hello, I'm JulieJo. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I am so glad that you're here. If you're not new here, welcome back. Today we're going to be watching a video called The 4 Careers of Network Marketing. It's a pretty short video. This team is from Isagenix, I'm pretty sure. At least that's what it says on one of their videos. So Isagenix is what this team is, the MLM that this team is from. And they have this video, like I mentioned, called The 4 Careers of Network Marketing. It's a pretty short video, so it's helpful on a day when I go to work like today. And I wanted to go ahead and react to it and see what they have to say about the 4 careers of network marketing. I thought that was put in an interesting way. I'm not really sure what to expect, so I guess we should go ahead and get started.
I don't care about you and him. I don't care about what has been. I only care about your soft skin. Cause we're still sleeping in my head. I don't care about you and him. I don't care about what has been. I only care about your soft skin. Cause we're still sleeping in my head.
Don't forget, I do have affiliate links for certain things like Liquid IV and whatnot, so feel free to check that out below in the description. Speaking of Liquid IV, I'm actually drinking one. I like the sugar-free peach one. That's my favorite. Feel free to take a look if you want. Also, don't forget, if you want to support the channel for free, you can simply hit the subscribe button and the like button. All right, let's watch.
Hello, my name is Chelsea, and I am so excited you're watching this video because it means that you're already in the network marketing industry or you're thinking about joining it. And the network marketing industry happens to be my favorite in the entire world. I love it.
Or we hate the network marketing industry and try to show the ins and outs of how bad it is. We are what one would call a hater, I think is how Chelsea Warren would probably put it. So she didn't say that, so I thought I'd go ahead and throw that in there.
For so many reasons. But most people don't realize that there's actually 4 different careers within our industry. And each of those different careers pertain to different job titles, different things that they actually do, and different income ranges. So it's really important to identify which career you actually want to have within the industry. What's amazing about this is that you can start in one and move to another, but where your starting point is going to be is important to let your upline know so that they know how to coach you effectively. So we're going to go through the 4 careers here in network marketing, and you're going to reach back out to your upline and let them know which one you're going to be starting at. So to get started, our first career is being a social seller. I love this career. It's an incredible one because it really is the opportunity to have a new age side hustle. Influencer marketing has completely taken over our world, and this is really just...
So a couple things to say. One, social selling is what a lot of people in multi-level marketing call network marketing. So they don't just see it as like one of the careers of network marketing. That's what they refer to network marketing, also known as multi-level marketing as, because multi-level marketing is what it was originally called when we started like anti-MLM, or like when I started anti-MLM, that's where the MLM comes from, multi-level marketing. And that obviously ended up having a bad rap to it. And so they moved to network marketing, which now has a bad rap to it. And so they moved to things like social selling, or God forbid, new generational marketing, just a lot of wild things. So it's interesting that she says it's one of the careers when I wouldn't say so. I would say that's what they call like it as a whole, but whatever.
Influencer marketing, but partner with a company that knows how to pay you well for it. Social selling allows you to share a product that you have fallen in love with your friends and your family, or through your social media influence, and be able to earn a really incredible additional income, side hustle money alongside whatever else you're doing in your life. I love this because it's not only just side hustle money, but there's a reoccurring aspect to it, because traditionally in the influencer world, you're just going to receive a one-time pay or free product in exchange for sharing the product. But here with our company, you're going to be able to not only get that side hustle money, but you're going to have loyal customers that stay with our products. We have an 87% reorder rate here. And when those customers fall in love with the products that you have shared with them, they are going to most likely be reordering them. And every time they reorder, you're able to receive an additional benefit. Alongside being a social seller is the reoccurring income. You also have the opportunity to have time freedom and location freedom, something that a lot of people are looking for these days. So the ability to make a couple extra hundred or thousands of dollars throughout the year on your schedule with your capacity to decide what you want, fitting it around being a full-time parent or having another job or whatever it is you have going on in your life, and deciding how much you would like to earn.
Okay, I think it's important to talk about that when she talks about making a few extra $1,000 a year or whatever. The typical earnings for 2022 was, and I haven't been able to find a 2023 one, it says in the year 2022, the average earnings of all U.S. Isogenics associates, active and inactive, was $892 before expenses. That's for the entire year. And I think it's important to put that last part, before expenses. So this is not profit. But she mentioned it's simple to earn thousands of dollars a year, like adding extra few $1,000s a year, when it shows that they very likely won't even hit $1,000. And it's not even profit. And I also think it's important to talk about the revenue. So their revenue was highest in 2019 from what Business for Home shows us, with $663 million in revenue. Something that I talked about in my most previous video is that Business for Home is a great place to go look at multi-level marketing companies' revenue, the revenue difference in years and whatnot. In my most recent video, I covered a lot of these companies and how MLMs are on their downfall. They are failing spectacularly. In 2019, there was $663 million in revenue. By 2022, they were down to $400 million in revenue. So they lost about $263 million in revenue in 4-ish years, and 3 to 4 years. And what Business for Home does tell us is that when it comes to revenue for the next year. So let's say 1 year the revenue is $400 million in 2022. If they don't get an updated revenue for the next year, they put the previous year's revenue. Business for Home goes on to tell us when things are not going so well in the company, or when they have a loss, or when there's quite a large estimate revenue difference, they do not tell the revenue for that year. So they'll just use the previous one. So it looks like they're staying the same, when in reality, it's gotten worse and they just don't want to say it. And that is what we see for 2023 and 2024. So the income disclosure statement we looked at was from 2022, when they hit their lowest at 400 million. In 2023 and 2024, it shows that there's 400 million for both years. My thought is what Business for Home said. They likely just didn't give the revenue because there's probably a pretty large loss, which means in my head, when I look at the income disclosure statement of $892, I would think it's a lot less at this point for 2024. So all in all, not a very good opportunity, and thousands of dollars are not on the table for you to get.
The other benefits to being a social seller is that you're going to have training from our team that's going to teach you exactly how to share these products, how to share them either in person or on social media, or both, as well as what the products really do and how that they are being used in your body. On top of that, you're going to have a community of people that are like-minded, are personally developed and positive in all aspects, which is really an added benefit. And one of my favorite parts of being in the network marketing industry is having that extra community that I think so many of us crave. There's also opportunity to win free products, to win free promotions of giveaways and different types of things that we have here. And that is the social selling aspect. The next career that we have within our industry is being a small business owner. Now, it's important to notice that if you are looking at this video and you're like, okay, I actually think I want to be a small-based business owner, or one of the careers that we continue to go through, but you feel like being a social seller is a good starting point for you, that is totally okay. And you can stack these career skill sets as you go. So that's okay if at the end of when I talk about this, you're like, I actually want to be that, but I'd like to start at social seller. Just let your upline know that that is the case. Being a small base.
Chelsea Lauren, which is this person's name, they're being extremely deceptive, because as someone who works in a multi-level marketing company, you are not a small business owner. You're a 1099 contract worker for this company. You're not an employee. You don't get benefits. You don't get anything like that. You are also not a small business owner with Isogenics. And being a social seller, influence marketer, you are all categorized under the same thing. They're making these 4 careers of network marketing up. It's not a real thing. Like, you don't come in and choose, oh, I want to be a social seller, and go under the social seller section of Isogenics. You all come in as a distributor, and you could be a quote unquote social seller, but you're still all the same thing, a 1099 contractor for Isogenics. Plain and simple. They can put all these pretty interesting words, make it sound like something that it's not, but it is and always will be a distributor for Isogenics. Doesn't matter what you try to put on it. It's like when you take a piece of shit and you try to put sparkles on it, or glitter, or whatever you want to call it. It's still shit. There's nothing you can do about it. You can try to make it smell better. You can try to make it prettier. You can try to hide it behind all of this. It's still going to be crap, all right?
Being a small-based business owner is when you actually start implementing the recruiting aspect of bringing on other team members. So as a social seller, it is purely sharing and selling the product. But as a small-based business owner, just like other traditional small-based businesses, it is your job to grow a business, which means not just being the person sharing the products, but really creating loyal customers and other
small-based business owner like other small businesses. No, it's not. It's not a small business. And I know I have several people who watch my YouTube who are actual small business owners. I don't know what she means by small-based business owner. If someone knows, maybe you could explain, is that a real thing or is she just like throwing a word in there? But there's no such thing as a small business owner when you are a 1099 contract employee in a multi-level marketing company. Plain and simple.
And other people who will be advocates for your business and go out and share that product so that you can access what we like to call leverage. When you build a team here with Isagenix, you're able to really leverage yourself. So you're not the only one producing sales at any given moment. And that allows you to earn more. As a small-based business owner, we have people that are able to earn anywhere from an extra $10,000 a year to $100,000 to potentially even up to $200,000 a year. Just like other small-based businesses, the scale and the variety are very, very wide, depending on how much time, energy, and effort and desire you have to put into this.
We looked at the 2020 income disclosure statement, all right, which by the way is not very great, doesn't give you a whole lot of information because it doesn't show rank or anything like that. But she said from $10,000 as like a low end, the average, including all the people who she says make $200,000 a year or could make that much, was still $892. And that's in 2022 when they were making more as a company than they are now. Do with that what you will. If we put 2 + 2 = 4, then that plus that equals no. Essentially what she's talking about as a small-based business owner, whatever, is building a team and recruiting. Building a team and recruiting to make more money, to profit off of people's work underneath you, essentially.
There are skill sets that we'll be training you, which is still going to be on how to share the products effectively with your community, but also how to recruit social sellers. So you'll be responsible for bringing on other social sellers and helping them sell the products and share the products and really running a full business. This is going to have a lot of extra benefits, such as you can win free trips and you can be a part of really creating a leveraged and residualized business that's going to pay you over and over and over again, even when you stop building, because you have the leverage of a team and the residual aspect of the products that are being consumed over and over and over again. This is something that some people do as a side hustle alongside their other full-time job, or if they want to take it more seriously, is their full-time aspect, depending on their desire.
Depending on their desire. No, that's just another way of saying if you don't do it, even though you want to do it, like if you don't hit the numbers you want, even though you want to do it, it's your fault. But that's not true. The Federal Trade Commission says that the majority of people will not make money in multi-level marketing companies. They won't. They will not profit. So if you're wondering, where did you read that? I have, I think, 3 or 4 resources where I get a lot of my information from in every single video, at least for the past year, I think, below in the description. So if you're curious, please go take a look at that. But this is just another way of her to say it's your problem, not the business model's problem. But the issue is actually the business model. It's made for the majority of people to not profit and for the people at the top to make money off of the people who aren't profiting.
The next career is leader. Being a leader in the network marketing industry was honestly the reason I got started. I fell in love with the idea of running a big business and getting to coach and mentor and work with small business owners. I loved being able to recruit people for this opportunity and being able to really teach them how to run a successful business from home. Being a leader in this industry allows you to earn anywhere from 6 figures to the high 6-figure range and really gives you much more leverage as you're bringing on business owners that are going to be
I will say I'm glad she didn't say multiple 6 figures. That one always gets me.
We're going to be in charge of sharing how to have success here. Now, as a leader, typically you have probably either started as a social seller or a business builder and worked your way up to this position, or you've come from a point in your life where you're pretty normal with being a leader and you already have those skill sets. So you can apply it here. For me, I had to rise through the ranks. I didn't have it quite yet. But what being a leader actually allows you to do is things like speak on stage, train, recruit for the business. Although we do still share the products because we love the products, that's not our main focus. It also allows us to be a part of training programs typically with someone that ends up in this career, they crave leadership and they're somebody who loves people and loves developing people. So this is a really great career if that sounds like you.
See, I don't see it that way. I see it as someone who loves money enough to deceive and hurt people, potentially ruin their life and not care, but definitely ruin friendships, hurt their bank account, and just lie. They're lying to them. They're deceiving them, saying that this opportunity is one thing, as she's mentioned here at the bottom being 10,000, acting like that's a small number compared to what you could make, but that's not realistic. That's not logic. That's not facts based on the information that we're given from the actual company themselves. That always gets me when I look at the income disclosure statements from the companies themselves, and the people like Chelsea Lauren are on here saying something different. That's what your company is telling us. You don't think they know better than you do? Also, she could always try an argument like, well, that was in 2022. Well, babe, it's either worse or the same, so it can't be better. The numbers can't be better, and the numbers were still pretty bad. It frustrates me because I instantly think they're just being deceptive and lying and doing that because they're bad people. I mean, there is a possibility that they're not bad people and that they truly believe it, but for a lot of them, I can't get on board with that.
The last and final career in the 4 careers of network marketing is CEO. This is somebody who is really driven by legacy, business, and wants a massive business. They don't want to be capped at all on how much they can earn. They can earn hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars with this business. And what they focus on is recruiting leaders and training leaders. They really focus on talent, how they can help their team develop recognition. They're typically someone who is big on vision. They like to be on stages and they can really cast that vision to the entire team.
There's no way that there's that many people, that there's a lot of people doing that. Especially when it comes to millions of dollars. The top 1% in this company earned a median, this is the number I'm going to use because it's the most accurate. The top 1% earned $109,818. The top 1% in 2022. Millions of dollars, maybe over the course of several decades, maybe over the course of 10 years, if you're earning about $109,000 a year, maybe a little less than 10 years, you'll get $1 million. But that doesn't include taxes and all of that. That's not profit. That, by the way, the $109,000 is still not profit. It's just not realistic. It's deceptive and disgusting.
This is the person that people look towards and they say, I want to follow them.
Sorry for the quick pause, but also CEO. There is a CEO of Isagenix already. Do they not understand the basics of business and companies and how that works? Even I, who doesn't know shit about nothing, and my 2 brain cells have to rub really hard together to understand anything, even I understand the concept of a CEO. You are the CEO.
Because I can tell that they are leading the charge on a legacy that they're creating. This person is also completely responsible. They understand that they are really running a large business that includes thousands of business partners and hundreds of thousands of customers. And so they operate like that. They have employees. They're not afraid to spend money and reinvest into their business. And they really operate and act as it is $1 million business. Now, typically, the CEO is not something that you just start off at. It is very much more the case that you start in the middle and you build your way up, or even at the bottom and build your way up. And all of that is fine. On the rare occasion when somebody really has...
You don't start in the middle. You start at the bottom always. That is such a weird thing to say. You all start at the bottom unless you can buy in somehow or do some kind of bridge contract, but I don't see that happening.
Develop the CEO mindset and skill sets outside of this industry or in a previous company, they can come here and start right from the beginning. And we have tons of mindset training that can help you and understand on how to develop the right mindset and skill sets to access each of these 4 careers. If you're thinking, wow, I would love to be the leader, but I just don't know if I have it yet, that's okay. That's what we're here to do. But most importantly, it's figuring out which career you want to start at and which career you want to end at for right now. Get back to your sponsor, let them know so we can put you on the right path for training.
All right, that was that training. The 4 careers of network marketing. It's so ridiculous because they all start at the same spot unless Isagenix does bridge contracts. And if they do, it's not with many people. And those people are from other multi-level marketing companies. So that was a shit training. That was pretty bad. At least when you throw in logic and facts and things the company shows us, that's just not a very good training. So I hope that you leave your thoughts below and let me know what you thought about it. I'm sure plenty of you will have a lot to say, especially like when they talk about small-based business owners. You're not one. You're just not. You are a 1099 contract worker. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Like I said, if you want to support the channel for free, you can simply subscribe, which I'd appreciate, and hit the like button. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Show you what I'm all about. Make up for what we lost. Tonight is the night that we're gonna fall in love. I don't care about you and him. I don't care about what has been. I only care about yours.